Hello guys, this is Spyderrock, and welcome back to another channel update video. Today I'm going to be talking about some add-ons I'm working on. I'm going to be talking about things that I have planned for the channel, and I'm going to be talking about Minesanity 2, basically. So I wanted to talk about all this stuff, and I'm just going to kind of get right to it. I made a video about this sort of recently, but as a lot of you know, 1.18 broke a lot of Minesanity's features, and that's kind of why I've decided to stop working on the original Minesanity. Simply because it's like there's so many add-ons there. It was meant to be a pack that was absolute insanity, and the downside of that is having all these packs, there's compatibility issues, and when Minecraft updates it breaks things. And Minesanity was very reliant on custom biomes, which are a thing that have been mostly like kind of broken, and because there's a lot of add-ons that need to be updated with it, I figured I'm just gonna start fresh. So instead of making really Minesanity 2, I'm gonna be making Minesanity 2, but it's not going to be the same. It's going to be more curated of an experience. It's going to have less add-ons, however, it's going to feel more like one whole thing, basically. It's going to have all of my add-ons, it's going to have some add-ons that I'm working on now, which I'll get to in a minute, and it's going to have a few add-ons from a few other people. I'm not going to say who's yet because I'm still working on it, but once I have mine all together, I'm going to look for ones that seem very, very compatible and really fit in with the whole experience. And it's going to be something where progression is balanced and exploration is something you're going to want to do, and you're going to want to build big bases, and there's going to be a ton of bosses to fight and things like that. As opposed to just throwing a bunch of add-ons together, I'm actually going to put a lot of time into making sure that it's one curated experience. So that's the main thing I'm going to be working on. Ever since 1.18, I've kind of just stopped working on add-on things, period. I've been waiting for things to update, waiting for people to figure out more interesting things and new features, and I've just kind of cleared my head a little bit. I mean, I'm on vacation right now from school, so that's nice. And I've decided that I want to get back into making add-ons, because ever since, aside from Minesanity, since Blasters, I haven't made any add-ons. I haven't worked on anything, really. Until recently, and I've been working on a few things, and I want to show you the couple things I've been working on and then talk about the things I'm going to be working on. So you may have noticed around me there's some funny looking structures. That's because on my stream last night, which you can go watch, I have a live streams playlist as well, I started working on a structure add-on. I was just trying to figure out how to set up structures, how to do feature rules, things like that, because it's not something I've really ever done much with before, and I really wanted to. So I went ahead and made these rocks that will spawn around. Now that doesn't seem like much, but I've went ahead and I've also made a few different variations, which I didn't do on stream, I kind of did off stream. But most of the rocks will just kind of look like these. There's going to be just rock and stone and tough. But then occasionally you'll find a rock that will have something in it. So this one has copper in it, things like that. So they'll spawn around the world just like you would imagine rocks would. And I may make these look better or spawn in different amounts. But you get the idea that sometimes most of them will have just stone in them. But there's a very low chance that they could have ores. And they can have diamonds. They can have all kinds of different ores. Let's see, this one has redstone in it, things like that. So just a little something to make exploring more fun. Now that's not going to be this entire add-on. It's going to be a large structure add-on with, ideally I'd like to have maybe at least like 30 to 50 structures. I could even go for something like 100 different structures. A lot of them are going to be small, like environmental things like this. Ooh, look, this one has lapis, this one has more copper, this one I think is just stone, yeah. So you can see what I'm going for. I also made a couple of these stumps. So these stumps will spawn around your world as well. It's just like a little bit of wood and some rooted dirt and some dead bushes and stuff. So things like that. I'm going to make a lot of different structures though, and I'm going to make these not spawn as often probably. But I wanted to, this was kind of my testing world I was using, I wanted to show you. So that's what I'm going to be probably working on a lot now. There are a handful of add-ons I'd like to make. I kind of wanted to explain this. But first I want to look at this add-on here that I've been working on and off for a while. If I feel like making something, I make it. Anyway, this is a furniture add-on I'm working on. So I'd like to have 25 pieces of furniture, and it's going to be called working furniture, and it's all going to work. So right now I have a few different things. I have the toaster, which will be able to do different things like toasting bread or whatever. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing all kinds of different things. So there's going to be like toast. You could throw bread in here and you could make toast. Things like that, or like... So yeah, I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff you could do with the toaster, new foods and things. Anyway, there's other things in this add-on that I've done so far. So we've got this small trash bin, which basically allows you to drop stuff into it, and it basically will get destroyed. It's like a garbage bin. This one's just made out of wood, but if I wanted to throw a bunch of stuff on the ground, I could throw the toasters on the ground, put the trash bin down, and it gets rid of the toasters, which is nice. And they all have like hitboxes corresponding to their blocks as well and stuff. Then we have the table lamp. So there's going to be a few different like lighting sources with this add-on. The table lamp, you can here. Oh, this is actually a really cool looking cave. But you can throw on the table lamp. You can see this is a little table lamp, and then you can turn it on, and you can turn it off. That's really it. But you can turn it on and off, and it's a lamp. I don't know what else to say. Keep in mind, none of these textures are final either. I don't know when I'll finish this add-on, but it probably won't be for a little while because I want to finish the structure add-on first and work on some other things. But then we have the shower. So the shower here is a neat little block. You can throw it down. It doesn't really have a hitbox, so you can walk through it as much as you want, I guess. But anyway, if I go ahead and say grab a potion of some sort, let me get a potion of water breathing. Sure. So splash potion, you can see I have this effect now. So if I walk in the shower, it gets rid of my effects. That's basically what it does. I also plan to do a sink or like a faucet or something that you can like right click or interact with, and then that will do the same thing. But this one I figured I could have something where you could walk into it. So you don't have to just use these for decoration. You could use these for all kinds of stuff. You could make like a cleansing room. You could bring one around with you and you could place it down. If you're fighting witches or something, you can just throw down a shower and like stand in the shower and fight them. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do with this. There's a first aid kit. So this is basically like a med kit, a first aid kit thing. You can interact with it and it'll give you slowness and regeneration. So it'll heal you up. So I'm going to go into survival just to show you exactly what it does. So if I'm gonna teleport myself, let's see, teleport myself up 20 blocks in the air, and then I can use this and you can see it will heal me a little bit. And it will, I get slowed down though. So you can bring these around with you if you want to bring one. I may make it, I'll probably make a better version of the first aid kit. But then like you can't bring it, you can't even silk touch it, something like that. But with this one, you get a little bit of healing, you get slowness as well, and you can bring them around with you, or you can leave one in your house and it'll heal you up just a little bit. So that's kind of an interesting thing. And then finally we have the large trash bin, which is very similar to the small trash bin, except when you throw stuff on it, it doesn't go away. But then when you, oh, hold on, let me, yep, okay, let me throw stuff on it. But then you interact with it, and then it goes away, because you could imagine it's got the lid. So it's like putting stuff on, and then you can choose when you want to throw stuff away. So this is like ultimately more useful, because if you accidentally, like with the small trash bin, like if you throw one down and it's like, I'm going to get rid of some of my lamps. But oh no, I dropped my shower and I wanted to keep my shower, like the shower's gone now. But the large trash bin, you're like, oh, I want my lamps, and oh, I accidentally threw a shower. I can go and pick my stuff back up, and then throw my lamps down, and then clear it out. So that's kind of the point of this. I'll also probably add a tool that allows you to like easily pick up all of these things. But so yeah, I'm gonna have like 25 different furniture items. I'm thinking of doing like a weight set that will give you like slowness for a little bit, but will ultimately give you like strength for like 2 minutes, stuff like that. Just like little things that will look nice around a house or a base. I also want to do an add-on at some point soon for this add-on pack, because I'm going to do all these things. I want to basically make an add-on of every main add-on type. So I'm working on a structure add-on, a furniture add-on, and I already have my add-ons for bosses, tools, weapons, gear, and stuff like that, which I will update. But I want to do an add-on for mobs. So I want to add an add-on that adds in some new mobs, some passive mobs, and a lot of hostile mobs with some new tools and weapons and loot you can get from them. I want to do an add-on that adds in some form of generator type thing, but I'm gonna make it like a more balanced thing, because a lot of them are pretty tough. Say maybe a diamond generator that requires either iron to run, things like that. I don't really know. And that brings us back to the add-on pack itself. So I want to work on all these things, and I'm going to make these add-ons. The add-on pack's mostly going to be my add-ons, and it's going to have all the things. And the goal for it really is to have a progression system where you play Minecraft kind of like normal Minecraft, except you're encountering a bunch of new things. And then after you beat the Ender Dragon and the Wither, then you've got a bunch of late game content. You've got a handful of late game bosses, and you've got your armors and tools and weapons to get, and you've got to build a big base, and there's going to be things you can do and things that will raid your base, and you have to fortify it, and you can get generators and things. So basically just like Minesanity, but just a whole lot more polished and one like solid single experience. So anyway, that's it. That's my 2 cents or 3 cents or 4 cents or however many cents you want. Shout out to Pingy for giving me their cents and the terms of being a channel member. Thank you. Also shout out to Wither Hosting. Great Minecraft server hosting service. I personally use it. You can get 15% off with code SPY15. Link in the description will support my channel. Anyway, thanks for watching if you made it to here. See you guys later, and bye.